In the last video, we learned two important rules about solving absolute value inequalities. It says here in our directions to solve the following by writing as a compound inequality. When you split the inequality, you need to remember to reverse the symbols. Okay, this is so important right here. We want to reverse the symbol for the negative solution. So this is something else that we're going to add in. After you see a few examples, I know you're going to get the hang of this. Let's solve this first problem here by, we're going to draw our line down the inequality symbol there. And we're going to inspect this, and we can see here's my absolute value. We've got this plus 5 right here, so we need to subtract 5 from both sides before I can split apart my absolute value. Now I'm left with absolute value of m is greater than 2. Now remember, with an absolute value, we split it into the two possibilities. My first possibility here is m is greater than 2. Just leave that one alone. Now remember, the second possibility is the negative direction. So this is minus 2, but we just had this new rule for the negative solution. We want to reverse that from a greater than to an equal to. All right, the last thing we need to figure out, is this an and or an or compound inequality? So we had those two rules from the previous video. Here's the easy way to remember. Alphabetically, and comes before or. So and is less in the alphabet than or is. So or is the greater one, and is the less than. So since we started here with a greater than, this one's going to end up being an or. So we're just going to put an or in between those two. And then I can see I've got two open circles, one at -2, one at +2, and since it's an or, I'm going to shade on the outside here. Don't forget those arrows. And there's my graph. All right, so for the next one, let's just decide right now whether this is going to be an and or an or. We can see this is a less than, so this is going to end up being an and compound inequality. Let's go ahead and solve this one. I can see right here, here's my inequality, or sorry, my absolute value. If I draw a line down it, there's nothing around on the outside of the absolute value. So I'm ready to split this apart into 2 right now. So this is going to be n plus 5 is less than 7. And then don't forget, for the n plus 5, we're going to reverse that inequality and make it greater than -7. It's so easy to forget to reverse that symbol. So please, please, please don't do that. Don't forget to reverse that symbol on the negative possibility. We solve each one separately next. For this first one, we've got to move this 5, so subtract the 5. We get n is less than 2, and literally and. On this next one, do the exact same thing. So -5, n is greater than -12. So you can see I'm going to put a circle, open circle, again at -12, and an open circle at 2. And since it's an and, that means I shade in between. And it makes sense. It says quite literally, n has to be less than 2, so it's shaded less than 2. And n has to be greater than -12, and it's shaded greater than -12. Let's do 2 last examples, a little bit more challenging. This first one, I'm going to just decide right now this is going to be an and because it's less than. Let's draw our line down it, and we can see that I've got on the outside of my absolute value, I have a or minus 3. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides here. So let's add 3 to both sides. And I'm left with the absolute value of v divided by 2 is less than or equal to positive 3. Now I'm ready to split this apart. So I get v over 2 is less than negative 3. And it's going to be an and, but I'll put that in at the end. And then over here, I've got v divided by 2 is greater than or equal to negative 3. So remember, those are those two directions. Then multiply both sides by 2 here and here. And I end up with v is less than negative 6. This is an and. Same thing over here, multiply by 2, I get v is greater than or equal to negative 6. So open circle at negative 6 and, oh, actually close circles because we've got equals to on this one. It's the first time we've seen closed circles in a while. And shade in between because it is an and problem. Final example here. There's a lot going on, but let's decide first. This is going to be an or because it is greater than. Then we can see I've got this absolute value, but it's being divided by 3. So this is definitely a challenging one. I'm going to multiply the 3 to both sides just to simplify this. And I end up with the absolute value of 7 plus 2x is greater than or equal to 15. There's now nothing on the outside of my absolute value part, so I'm good to start splitting it apart. I'm going to have 7 plus 2x is greater than 15, and it will be an or. 7 plus 2x is less than or equal, don't forget that switch, and it's going to be negative 15 for that negative direction when we graph this. Let's go ahead and solve the first one. Subtract 7 from both sides. We get 2x is greater than or equal to 8. Divide both sides by the 2. And we end up with x is greater than or equal to 4. And we do all the same steps on the other one. Subtract 7 from both sides. We end up with 2x is less than or equal to negative 22. When I divide by 2, I end up with x is less than or equal to negative 11. So this is an or problem. So we really want probably put those a little bit closer together, but that's what I'm going to end up with. And on my graph, put a closed circle at 4, a closed circle at 11. I'm just going to estimate that's between negative 12 and negative 10. And then since this is an or, I'm going to shade on the outside. Wow, that was a lot to think about. I know you guys can handle this. Just follow all those steps, refer back to this, and you've got this.